They'll be calling you a radical, so I want to get this video up concerning General Electric. Wall Street is stunned. They're stunned. I want to talk to South Carolina, the Mox Fuel loot and the 2 nuclear reactors you got robbed. Where's the Attorney Generals in South Carolina? Where's the Attorney General in Georgia? That was a loot job by General Electric, by Chicago Bridge and Iron, and the corruption of Chicago Bridge and Iron. I want to talk about that. I watched those trades this morning. That thing opened at 14.50 without a click, and then another no shares trade that it clicked up to over 15 without a click. And then there was a fairy tale regurgitated article out that was new, said they missed earnings. When that article came back in October 30th, there's some corruption. There is some serious, I've been accusing them this for going on for long. There's some serious insider trading going on at Chicago Bridge and Iron. The options market, all of it's serious corruption going on there. I'm here to tell you, you won't listen to me. Same thing with GE. These insiders are freaking playing games big time. So, you need to wake up. Wall Street is stunned. Look, you got nuclear water. This is so historic. It's so, too late, baby, too late. The collapse of the Pacific Ocean. Look, real simple to, I mean, this denial in this country, have you seen the debt structure? Have you seen the academia bubble? Have you seen longevity, lifespans going this way? You've seen the dead tide pools. You've seen the collapse. Almost like a guy yesterday commented, oh, I'm a commercial fishing on the Copper River. Your numbers are wrong. You say no. I never said the Copper River was ever in 90% collapse, fool. Don't put words in my mouth, you lying fuckheads. Look, simply, the Willamette's 95% collapse. The Rogue is 99% collapse. The Klamath is 99% collapse. I won't stop there. Freaking, the Columbia River is at 80% freaking collapse over projections. Let's review Copper River, fool. Here, I hope you're watching, you dumb fucker. Listen, Copper River came in at 720,000 this year. Projected 2 years ago, they were projecting that number at 2.1 million. Excuse me, 2.3 million. Can you do math? The projection the year before, they came in at 800,000, was projected at 1.8 million. 2.3 million comes in at 800,000. That's a pretty big collapse, and that's by number, not by weight. You go to denial all you want. You seen the dead birds at Bristol Bay? What's that? The starvation event? Go walk on Bristol Bay. I want you to go look at the tide pools. Go walk at the bills, you know, in Alaska. Go for it, fools. You're in denial, epic denial. Wall Street is stunned because they've had it so good. Because the 0% interest rate, the fairy tale just sit and click. They don't do any work. No investigative freaking accounting, no forensic accounting. They just play games. This catastrophe of General Electric is coming apart. General Electric makes up 30% of all the electrical power on Earth they're responsible for. This is how big this is. And here, it's real simple. I listened to the conference call, the whole thing. Flannery said it straight up. We failed to pivot into the renewable sector. You know, and that dynamic, the switchover is going to take. I'm telling you, just like Craig called me for the peace vigil this morning on the Washington Examiner, and that lie. They're saying that renewables make up 1%. What are you talking about? Freaking California's producing 150 to 175% more solar a day than they can use. It's being blocked by this. I mean, this cartel. Don't you get it? They've got these politicians by. Barry Antoinette, really simple on General Electric, the nuclear cartel. The Savannah River, when are you going to file suit in South Carolina? Those 2 reactors, it was a loot job. AREVA, Chicago Bridge and Iron merged, the French, their fairy tale. You know, Savannah River, look, it's real simple. You know, Trump, I mean, I'm going to have to file the lawsuit myself because Friends of the Earth doesn't exist. Audubon, I mean, all these freaking so-called Greenpeace, where are they? They got all the money, they won't do the Endangered Species Act is in violation in the steelhead salmon and think for, well, almost 600 days now. I'm going to have to file the law. I've been trying to get an attorney, you know, hey, you out on the road doing what you're told. Can you help me? You know, what is the matter with you people? So real simple. Chicago Bridge and Iron, the Department of Energy goes in. They're auditing freaking last year on the Savannah River fairy tale at Chicago Bridge and Iron and AREVA. That Mox Fuel fairy tale. They said patently false statements. They're lying. They build the United States government 70-something% completion. It's 20-something. You're talking $29 billion. You're talking billions of looting. Where are they in cuffs? I mean, the insider trading that's going on there now, I mean, that stock I priced, that stock's zero, I'm telling you. Same with General, they're stunned. Look, they didn't pivot, they doubled down. Jeffrey melting, Barack Obama. Look, when he stood on the White House lawn, says, I want you to know what I know. We're flown out of the country. Jeffrey melting, the cores are melting. We've been going after him from day one. this loot job. They doubled down on their freaking dogma on the cover-up of Fukushima. They doubled down and they fucked all you shareholders. When are you going to freaking wake up? They're done. General Electric's done. I'm here to tell you. They have $186 billion in pensions they don't have the money for. A melting gang robbed it. The nuclear energy crime syndicate. They have $189 billion in debt. They can't even come close. They're going to sell $20 billion. Do the math, kids. This stock should be at zero. They're done. Too big to fail. Oh, I don't think so. The new the new Bethlehem Steel, the new Honeywell. Remember their Moxville? I'm talking to a guy right here. Oh, I worked for Honeywell for all years. I says, you know, the Revit plant where they did that in Illinois blew up, cut off. Oh, no, it didn't. I says, the fuck it didn't. Just like I'm talking to a guy about WHIP here. He teaches at UTEP. I mean, these academia PhD pieces of shit should be locked up. I says, what are you talking about? Pro-nuclear, WHIP blew up. Don't you teach right there? Oh, I don't believe in that stuff. What do you mean? Do you know watch the news? WHIP blew up in 2014. That's where we store it in New Mexico, Carlsbad. $2 billion to reopen it. You're in denial. You're all in denial. Where's the lawsuits in South Carolina? You got robbed, you know, a bet. Well, no. They looted you. They never intended to finish these reactors. Just like these generational 4s in China. We're going to put on one a month starting 2000. They put any on because they don't exist. They're a fairy tale. You know, the whole world's pivoting to, you know, alternative. They already have. Denmark's 100%. You know, most of the freaking world, and remember, they're dark half the year. I mean, I've been over there. I mean, it's all renewables. California's all renewables. You know, blocking into the grid here. You know, this is the desert. You know, the Great Salt Lake going dry. We have enough wind and solar. We could freaking heat the world just right here in Utah. No, these freaking, this Jeremy Peterson punk from right here, I mean, he filed an initiative. Now, why would a kid from right here in South Ogden, Utah, right here, file an initiative to get rid of the incentive on solar? Why would he do that? And it passes. Why? I mean, because you're branded in dogma. You're sick. You're degenerate. You're sick. I mean, you've traded in your freaking health for someone else's wealth. What is the matter with you people? Honestly, what is the matter with you people? I mean, they're stunned. Just like the scientists that they all bought and paid for at the universities, they're mystified, they're stunned, they're baffled, they're stunned. Wall Street's stunned. It's real simple. Nuclear energy is over. And you're going to hold on to this dead tire as that fucking... Before Kevin reached into the bag and he slung the stone. And the stone struck the fucking nuclear giant in his fucking head. And it embedded in the fucking giant's forehead. And the giant fell to the earth and radiated the earth for time and all eternity. Cancer for all. What's the matter with you people? Boogeyman, fucking guns, God's gays, fairy tale bullshit. You're all caught up, race bait, religious bait, all of it. When are you going to get real about the reality of this? The reality of this is simple. You're going to die of cancer. Cancer's your enemy. And General Electric gave you cancer. The Savannah River, where's the lawsuits? You know, so if I got to come down to South Carolina, I'm not a resident, so I don't know that I can. But I know people that are down there. Let's get some lawsuits filed against breaking Chicago Bridge and Iron, General Electric. This, you know, the Department of Energy. I'll file the lawsuit. I'm going to do it in the next couple of days against the federal government. n.o.a.a. Now, can I legally do it in Oregon? I don't know. I'm going to find out today. I'm meeting with a scumbag attorney today. He ain't going to do nothing because they're all on the winning fucking team around here. They're cowards. There is no Atticus. There is no Atticus. Where's Jerry Spence when you need him? Freaking Thelma's hot. Thelma's hot. Remember this. It was this week, 43 years ago, they murdered the nuclear energy crime syndicate. Murdered Karen Silver. Literally murdered her. Literally. Remember this. n.o.a.a. took a chance and made that movie. 1979 when we gave a shit. You know, Tom Petty, don't come around here. No, I used to listen to that song every day. He was the last to hang on to his anti-nuclearism, his tourism. Says a lot about Petty. I listened to the 911 call. His wife says, she says, get on his chest, give him CPR. And she says, well, the phone cord won't reach far enough. I mean, he helped me through cancer, I can tell you that. Don't come around. I used to sing that song every day, scream it, yell it, freaking the fight. Right there, it's in that room right there. 6 years ago, over and over and over, telling me that I had no chance. Sent me home with hospice, but I thought n.o.a.a. made that film. And I want people to remember how famous she is and was. She got blackballed on the, you know, Oscars, Academy, What a Dog and Pony Show, but remember, she got leukemia the same time I did. The exact same time. Who murdered her? She made the movie, they got her, didn't they? She got leukemia, the AML, the exact same time I did. She died in 2012. You know, I go back through all these old videos of mine, and it's pretty amazing, these old videos of mine. You know, I mean, who would believe it? 2,449 days later, You can play back the same video I did 2,948 days ago, and you can think it's today. Stuck in the mud, they're shocked. Get ready, this is all I got to do. General Electric's done. They're going to bust them up. You know, anybody's buying this just because you're fools. You know, you're in denial. It's just like all this Greg Hunter and all these people telling you, oh, the market's going to fight this fear porn they just preyed on you. Buy silver. I shorted silver at 47. I shorted gold at 1900. I bought Tesla at 7. Why aren't you a millionaire? I got cancer. I was uninsured. I paid for my cancer. My cancer bill's paid. 1.8 million is paid. My open heart surgery, I'm working on that. I'm working on it. I owe them 150,000. I've got it down to 84,000. You know, so I'm raising money and I'm doing what I can. You know, I got a bill. You know, I list my address. I list my freaking email. I list my PayPal accounts, you know. I've made a lot of people a lot of money, and I've saved a lot of people a lot of freaking money. And I would have been worth tens of millions of dollars. I had literally 27,000 shares of Tesla. I bought at $30 a share in 20,000 when I got sick. Do the math, kids. You know, I had to watch that. I had the Apple derivative 280. It's 1,200. You know, I had Chicago Bridge shorted at 36. I had freaking, but you know, I had to fork it all over to get into the bone marrow transplant. My place in time. You know, I'd be worth tens of millions of dollars if I wouldn't have got cancer in 2011. Fukushima gave me cancer. You know, piled on me. The murder of my father, San Onofre, you know, they're going to give you cancer. General Electric, you know. So I'll file the lawsuit against n.o.a.a. and against the United States for not enforcing the Endangered Species Act, which by law should have kicked in 500 days ago. You know, you're in denial is all I got to say. The Great Pacific Genocide. The average Chinook salmon won't go to sea for 5 years. Now remember, this is not like this. This went like this. And I said, the hypothesis, I did all the field work right down, it's going to give cancer, walked the entire coast of California, documented all the fucking dead tide pools. That hypothesis has always been done as a lie. We have video in 2010. They were alive, looked like a French Stella painting. They're deader than fuck, all of them. The average Chinook salmon goes to sea for 5 years. I said 2016 they will collapse on the mighty freaking Columbia River. On cue, just like I said. Record escapement, record escapement. This all happened in the 70s. That was escapement. What's escapement? That's the little fishy that get to sea. They'll say, oh, even Oregon, o.d.f.w, those lying scumbags, and w.w, they got sex scandals and rape allegations. Why? In 2015, when the seas collapsed and they're fucking having orgies and fucking raping people and walk. Look it up. You think I'm crazy? Look it up. They don't do anything. They don't report the fucking numbers. At least Oregon reports the fucking numbers. Except because the Willamette, fucking steelhead are on the verge. Fucking Idaho steelhead right here. Right here. That's fucking Idaho right there. Go fucking team. Idaho's fucking Oregon. The steelhead are on the verge of extinction. And literally, 99% collapse on the Willamette. So you fucking fools that want to fucking double down and your fucking ignorance, don't fucking come at me. You know? Fuck your ignorance. And this has never been about view count. I can give a fuck about view count. Because the fucking fainting ghosts of the contemporaries fucking masses, they're just going to go down with their dogma and double down. Just like fucking GE did. Marie Antoinette, melting Chicago Bridge, they all flew to South America fucking when the plume was coming over. Look it up. Raised the fucking legal limits on you fucking dozens of fucking times Obama did. Now Trump's fucking completely wiped out the legal limits. There is no legal. Trump's worse than Obama, and that's fucking saying a lot. Please allow me to introduce my first guy at Trump Towers, a B. It's all the cover-up of Fukushima. It's all the cover-up of Fukushima. First guy in there, 4 days, blacked out the windows at Key Largo, the first guy for 4 days. High five on the golf course. Fearmonger fucking North Korea to fucking so Abiy can call a special election and get himself reelected, this fucking scumbag. So, stand tuned. Yeah, we'll stay at this, but we need to file litigation. Now, they looted you in South Carolina. In a big way, they looted you. They robbed you, you know, and gee, your scientists are mystified, they're stumped, Wall Street's stunned, fuck you, all your fucking money. That letter that, one of my daughters was one of Steve Jobs' daughter, I asked him, did you write that letter? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Money don't mean shit. Well, I guess it does pay for your bone marrow. That's how I got in. I threw down, I'll never forget, I threw down my stock because they kept fucking with me because I was uninsured and I threw it down. Quit fucking with me. I have money right here. There's my stock portfolio. It's fucking just under $1 million. Got their attention and got me in. You know, my bill was 1.8 million. Hey, Mike Lee wouldn't even let me on fucking Medicaid. Fucking. I mean, you think about it. In critical condition, the government gave this fucking to me. Fucking Feldorg valve. Look at me dancing through those tide pools last year, this time of year. I got a Feldorg valve. How I didn't die? Ogden Regional right here. Fucking Ogden Regional Medical Center right here, these scumbags. I can't even fucking get an attorney to sue them. I went in there bleeding, telling them, it's my heart, it's my heart, it's my heart. It told me to go home. It's not hard. They told me to go see my dentist. A guy named Michael Hawkins. Derelict. Now I found out he's not even a doctor. He's not even a chiropractor. He's a PA. You know, but this is the fucking world. You're all for the, oh God, you can't do it. You know, go ahead. These fucking people don't even live here. They're on their fucking private islands, whatever. And you in Utah just get on your knees and bow to a fucking bunch of fucking wealth that you don't even know exists. You traded your health for what? Who's the boogeyman? Fucking ISIS. How they invented ISIS. Fuck, went off to Afghanistan to kill the Taliban. Went off to Iraq to get a big old sack. Went off to Vietnam to kill the Viet Cong. Fucking, how nice they invented ISIS. Cancer's your boogeyman. General Electric fucking killed you. Killed by peaceful, clean, green, too cheap to meter nuclear energy. Greatest fucking scam in history. Jeffrey Melt, the cores are fucking melting. There's your one of your main criminal. John Holden, what a criminal. Fucking Obama, what a criminal. Lisa Jackson, what a criminal. Fucking, you know, Gina McCarthy, what a criminal. Scotty Pruitt, fucking hardcore criminals. What's her name? That chick, that looks, the one that looks like just like a guy from this head of n.o.a.a. What's her name? Kathy or whatever. Catherine. Criminals. You know, the NRC criminals. Trump, fucking criminal. Cover up Fukushima is the greatest crime in human fucking history. You know, why is not the world descending on there and fucking doing it? Eugenics on Balco, protect the nuclear industry, just like General Electric. General Electric's over. This is nuclear water. It's over. I'm telling you, it's over. You hang on to it. Too late, baby. It's too late. Stay tuned. Great Salt Lake going dry.